and is attired accordingly. A third defence of a second reign as WBO Featherweight champion is for Scott Harrison, and his 8th fight in a row in this very arena. Is he an undervalued champion, do you think, Jim?
I don't think he's undervalued in Scotland. I think the Scottish fans, as you can hear at this moment with the reception, I think they realise we have a genuine world-class performer here, a man who's good enough and prepared, which is more important, to fight the best in the world. Okay, we don't reckon that Daniel Kebede is one of those, but still, every fight is so important to Scott, and he wants to get into the big money, and this is just a stepping stone along the way. He's seen off, he's #1 contender, so he's entitled to a little voluntary defence, and that's what we're getting tonight, but he must still take it seriously.
This is the turn of the tape for tonight's world title fight here at Braehead near Glasgow. Scott Harrison is 27. Kebede is 30. He's smaller than Harrison in every respect. Those weights there were at the weigh-in yesterday. Harrison will be weighing about 10 stone, I reckon, tonight. Kebede probably about 9 too. So probably a big difference there, and it might be very significant. Harrison's had 25 fights. Kebede's unbeaten in 24, but he's never mixed at anything like this level. We await to see how good he is and whether he really can cope. MC is Michael Pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, it wouldn't be a World Championships fight here in Scotland without this next gentleman from the Braehead Symphony Orchestra, the wonderful tenor talent of Davy Haggerty singing The Flower of Scotland.
Come on, Braehead, let's hear you for Scott Harrison. Oh, flower of Scotland, when will we see gather like a hen? Fought and died for your reap and hell and red and still against men. But there was army and said and hope was taken carried. Those days are past now, and in the past they must remain. For we will arise now and be a nation again and stir against him. But it was army and sent him homewards, leaving again. You must go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful talent of Mr. Davy Haggerty. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Braehead Arena here in this fabulous city of Glasgow, Scotland. Tonight, Frank Warren's Sports Network on the internet on www.frankwarren.tv and Verve proudly present 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the WBO Featherweight Championship of the World. Welcome to you, the viewers, watching live and exclusively on Sky Sports Friday Fight Night. The officials have been appointed by the World Boxing Organization and the British Boxing Board of Control. WBO supervisor at ringside, Mr. Robert Smith. Shooting charge from the British Boxing Board of Control, Derry Trainer. Timekeeper at the bell, Mr. Ricky Gilmore from Glasgow. The three scoring judges at ringside this evening are Henk Adriaanse from the Netherlands, Dave Paris from England, and Andre van Groetenbroek from Belgium. Finally, when the action commences, the referee in charge of the action this evening, taking part in his 117th World Title contest, star referee, Mr. Mickey Van Brumley. And so, people of Glasgow, Scotland, live from the Braehead Arena, this is World introducing to you firstly, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the green, yellow and gold coloured shorts. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 8 stones and 12 pounds. He has a proud, perfect, undefeated record. 24 contests, 24 wins. 14 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Presenting the challenger this evening from Sweden via his homeland of Ethiopia, Samuel Kebede. And opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the solid black shorts trimmed with gold. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 8 stones, 13 pounds and 12 ounces. He has an excellent record, consisting this evening of 25 contests, 22 wins, 12 of those wins coming by way of knockout, only 2 defeats and 1 draw. Tonight, making the 3rd defence of his title, presenting from Cambuslang in Scotland, the 2-time WBO Featherweight Champion of the World, Scott the Real Harrison. Referee, Mr. Mickey Van, final instructions, 12 rounds.
Kebede slow out for his instructions from Mickey Van, who wants him there sharpish. Harrison too.
Okay, fellas, you both had your instructions in the dressing room. Don't forget what I told you. I want no notice with the head. Shake hands, batty corners. Good luck.
Harrison, as ever, with the demeanour of a Dickensian gravedigger as he prepares to go about his business. He's won his last 3 by knockout or stoppage at this level. Bidding tonight to beat Jim Watt's Scottish record of 5 World Championship wins. And Jim's in a particularly jaunty mood, considering he's about to be wiped from the record books. Well, maybe.
Yeah, well, we're pretty sure that my record's going to go. I wasn't aware I was creating a record at the time. It wasn't my mind, and I'm pretty sure it won't be in Scott Harrison's mind tonight either.
Round 1.
Kebede from Ethiopia, though he's based in Sweden at Stockholm, where he's trained by Leif Carlson, and they fancy his chances. But this is a huge step up from the paddling pool to the ocean, and he's on the floor early on. Short little punch, and he's down in the opening seconds of the fight.
Well, you have to worry about his punch resistance. Dean, that was a little clip in the top of the head, but no way should that be causing a knockdown. This fellow's never been anything like this league before. That was a trip though, but maybe his head hasn't cleared.
Looks unsteady, mind you, the Ethiopian here, and bravely tries to come back at Harrison, who likes to maraud and bully his opponent, and he's got him again with a left hand, then a right. This might not last long. His legs have gone. His legs have totally gone. He's not going to get through this round, I don't think, unless there's a dramatic improvement. Just can't cope with it.
Now, got to stop it. The man can't stand here, and he had to stop it. No chance, no choice. Mickey Van didn't want to stop it. He had no choice whatsoever.
That was a total farce, though. A total farce, Jim. What was that man doing in a World Championship fight?
Well, the WBO have to ask themselves some questions. I mean, we knew he didn't have a chance of beating Harrison, but the guy has done nothing whatsoever to want a top 10 rating. I mean, he had no punch resistance whatsoever. We know the power that Scott Harrison has when he connects full force. He did not land one full force punch. This little fellow, I feel sorry for the little fellow. Hope he's earned a few quid tonight, but he quite simply should not have been here. Not anywhere near good enough. And no pleasure for this man either, Ian. No pleasure for Scott Harrison.
Well, that was ridiculous, frankly. That's the first time Scott Harrison, by the way, has ever won inside 1 round. So the quickest win of his career. But what did that really mean? Kebede was ranked number 5 by the WBO, but frankly, the rankings of these governing bodies are like something from a, I don't know, fairy tale by the brothers Grimm or Hans Christian Andersen. I mean, he had not fought beyond 8-round level, this guy. He hadn't beaten anybody near world class. Why was he put in a world title fight? What was he doing there?
Yeah, well, I mean, the WBO are not the easiest organisation when you want to embarrass people, but I actually feel sorry for Scott Harrison. He looks happy here, but when you think about the he put in training for tonight's fight. You want to go out and you want to do a good job, you want to get full credit for that, but what are the newspapers going to be saying tomorrow? They're not going to be saying a wonderful performance, a wonderful defence of Scott Harrison. They're going to be saying, what was that other little fellow doing in that corner?
It was just an embarrassment, frankly.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you can't blame Scott Harrison. I mean, Scott, he's put a couple of quid into the bank, but I'm sure when the dust settled, that was a clip. It just kind of wasn't even the knuckle part of the glove caught on the top of the head. That no way was that ever in your dreams a knockdown punch, but it took everything away from this little fellow. He never recovered from it, and then he stumbled after that, and the next time it was clipped, it was all over. Referee Mickey Van wanted to let it go on, but he had no choice. The guy couldn't stand. Look, his legs are still gone here.
And Mickey Van could not let it go on because he was in dreamland. He was tottering like a spinning top after these punches, and they're not the heaviest punches of Harrison's career, are they, by any stretch?
That was just a stumble. A punch didn't connect here, but his legs were still gone, so when he moved out of range, he just toppled over, losing his balance. Another punch, again to the top of the head. He's gone. He manages to get back up again. He knows where he is, he knows what he's doing, but no punch resistance whatsoever. Referee Mickey Van, who's an experienced referee, gave him every chance. He gave him all the time he could. He told him to walk forward, but he could hardly even stand. No choice but to wave it off. Feel sorry for Scott, but this was a disgrace.
Let's be fair about Scott Harrison. He hasn't ducked decent name opponents. He's beaten people like Julio Pablo Chacon, Wayne McCulloch, Manuel Medina, good names, even early in his career, former world champions, Tracy Harris, Patterson and Tom Johnson. So, I mean, he's not as guilty as some of being protected and avoiding people. Maybe you could say he deserves a soft defence, but frankly to me, that was a total farce, and the WBO should be inquiring into
I mean, Scott deserves, maybe not an easy defence, but the fans don't deserve what they've been served up tonight. I mean, this is just a total disappointment. Scott is building a good fan base here. We have to think more carefully about matches in the future. I keep stressing, Scott is the real deal. He's a genuine world-class performer, but he will get no pleasure whatsoever from tonight's work.
Listen to the crowd.
Ladies
they are not happy.
And gentlemen, after 59 seconds of round number 1, referee Mr. Mickey Van has stopped the contest. In his opinion, Samuel Kebede was in no position to continue. Your winner, and he is still the WBO Featherweight Champion of the World from Cambuslang in Scotland, Scott the Real Harrison. Your appreciation, please, for the challenger, Samuel Kebede. WBO supervisor, Mr. Robert Smith.
I think we can say that the brave heart is putting a brave face on this, having worked so hard to get ready for a job that turned out so facile. One can only feel sympathy for Scott Harrison. He's almost apologetic, isn't he? We'll hear shortly what he has to say for himself after that. I can also say that we have some more competitive action still to come on Friday Fight Night here tonight. Martin Watson at lightweight in a Celtic title fight, inaugural Celtic title, against Mark Winters, the former British light welterweight champion. At super featherweight, Willie Limond, hoping to prove he's still a force against the Frenchman, Frederic Bonifay. And at middleweight, Lawrence Murphy against Michael Monaghan. All that still to come here. Scott Harrison, let's hear from him now.
Scott Harrison, a facile defence of your world featherweight title. I mean, you got through it inside a minute, but are you a little bit embarrassed about all that?
No, I mean, I knocked him in the first minute of the first round. I tell you, it's better the first minute of the first round or the 12th round than the first minute of that round, you know. So the guy's 24-0, I think, 16 KOs. Fair enough. I've been fighting top 10 fighters for years now. So if anybody says to me I was too quick, well, that's not matter. It's nothing to do with me.
You've done your training, you've done your job, but let's bring Frank Maloney, your manager, straight in. Should Samuel Kebede have been anywhere near a world title fight tonight?
Well, he's in the WBO ratings, he was number 5, and we picked out the highest available contender.
Should he have been in the WBO top 5, and who's responsible for that?
Well, that's a question you have to ask the WBO. It's not a question that I can answer. He was in there, so we chose him.
You've been in this game many, many years, but he couldn't take the punch, not even a tiny little one that knocked him down straight away. And you must be, well, I mean, there's boos all around. Surely you're embarrassed by this, Frank.
No, there's not boos for Scott Harrison. There was boos for the opponent. but I don't think any featherweight could take the power of Scott Harrison. If he hit anyone like that, I think they would go the same way no matter who they are.
So there's investigations with the WBO. Will you be taking that up yourself and Frank Warren?
That's up to the WBO to sort out their rating system.
Scott, you got through Samuel Kebede. You've had a terrific year. You've won the British Board's vote as well, but surely now meaningful fights. You're 27. We've been talking about Eric Morales and Marco Antonio Barrera. They clash at the end of November. Are you going to be ringside and fighting your cause?
I'll be there, ringside, watching that fight. I mean, actually, I've won 2 world titles now, 2 WBO titles, and I need unification fights. I told you the last fight, that's what I need. That's what takes me to the gym. I want to get better. I want to succeed in making a records, you know, as I'm going along. So I've just broken our record tonight, so I'm looking forward to unification fights, and that's what I need, you know.
That's right, you passed Jim Watt's world title wins, but surely now we are talking unification. Frank, can you make any of these matches? If not Morales-Barrera, how about Injin Chi? Because his people say they're going in another direction.
Well, we're talking to Injin Chi's people. I mean, taking a big fight takes a long time to put together. I believe Scott will get a unification fight sometime in the new year.
In the meantime, can he defend against someone, say, like Michael Brodie, who needs a big fight now to come back with?
Well, Michael Brodie was offered this fight and he turned it down. So if Michael Brodie wants to fight Scott Harrison, all he's got to do is pick up the phone to Sports Network and we'll make that fight.
I mean, Scott's father, Peter, saying he's at his peak now. Surely it's time to strike. You've got to deliver, haven't you?
We can only fight the people that are put in front of us, and that's, you know, Scott does his job, and that's what he's got to do, and that's what he's doing. He took care of the opponent in good fashion. He sent a message out to the rest of the world. If Michael Brodie wants to fight, Jack Trickett knows our phone number.